this is pure review. Who could tell me general characteristics of bacteria? You learned this last section. Prokaryotic. What else?
They are, they don't autotroph, right?
They're auto. They're both good because you have RK and U, and one is auto, one is hetero. Unicellular and they're motile. The four characteristics of the kingdom that describes bacteria, both RK and U bacteria. Whoops. So bacteria have pretty much significant amount of parts, okay? But we know that no matter what type of bacteria you are, you're gonna have specific parts. Who can name them? What am I pointing at? Any of those parts? Yes. Ribosomes. What else? Cytoplasm. Flagellum. Am I pointing to that? No, but it's there. Okay. Cell membrane, which is right here. Plasma membrane, cell membrane, the same thing. And DNA. Good. So we're gonna, I'll underline the ones that I had covered, even though you haven't. Cytoplasm, cell membrane, DNA, and ribosomes. That goes back to what do all living things have? That first set of notes are all. Depending on the shape of bacteria, the name is usually linked to the shape. So, who could recognize any of these shapes in terms of their bacteria?
The circle ones like the converse.
Good. The circle shape, whoops. And we know that Streptococcus is a round-shaped bacteria. Who could recognize the next shape? Who had this shape of bacteria? What shape is it? Bacillus. It's rod-shaped. Whoops. And I just showed you the last one there. So rod-shaped bacteria is bacillus. And the last one is like a spiral, and it's spirillum. So the name of the bacteria, either in the root or the prefix or the suffix, will have some form of this name, and it describes the shape of the bacteria. So bacterial reproduction. Who can mention what kind of reproduction is this? Good. Fission, which is a type of asexual reproduction. And it basically involves one cell splitting and making two cells that are what? Identical clones. So from one cell, you divide into two cells, and the daughter cells are identical to the parent cell. Good. Conjugation, which is a recombination, it's kind of like mating because you're taking two bacterias, and in the end, you're going to have one different bacteria. And I know here you're going 2 to 2, but at the end of the day, what's happening is the bacteria is exchanging DNA, so they're kind of mixing. You're going to take two strands of bacteria, and their DNA is going to mix, and you're going to have a new daughter cell with a mixture of. So bacteria actually play a seriously important role in our environment. Without bacteria, you honestly would not exist on this planet because they are responsible for a lot of important things. Looking at the pictures, who could name me some of them?
There's one of them nitrogen.
Good. They fix nitrogen. And what does that mean? Nitrogen gas makes up about 70% of your atmosphere, but it's in a form that you can use. And you know that nitrogen is one of the major elements of life, CHON PS, nitrogen. It's part of DNA, it's part of protein. It exists in abundance in your atmosphere, and you cannot use it. Bacteria fix it to a form that is usable by living things other than themselves. So that's one really important thing. What else? Good. Without bacteria, there would not be a food chain because bacteria decompose all matter, and that's how plants take it in and make food that you eat. So without bacteria, there would not be food on this planet, or recycling of matter, for that matter. What else?
They make cheese.
Well, good, they make food. What else do they make?
Medicine.
Medicines, good. So they're responsible for food production, a lot of it, and medicine production. Obviously, we know antibiotics come from bacteria. What's the last one? Make what?
Carbon.
Close. Oxygen. See my green? So they don't photosynthesize because they're not plants, but they do make oxygen.